Welcome back to Table Talk. I'm Karen Wilson, and today I'm in the awesome Cumberland Caverns here with Mr. Robby Black, who is the general manager of Cumberland Caverns. I'm welcoming them back. This is your welcome, Robby, but this is your place. This is your hangout every day. How cool is that?
It's a very cool temperature every day, about 56 degrees. So.
I know. It's really hot and humid outside today, but I did put my jacket on for here. It feels awesome in here.
Yeah, it's a nice getaway every now and then to get down here and get out of the heat.
It is. It is so humid outside. So tell us a little bit about, well, I mean, we kind of know a little bit about the cave over the years. You guys have been giving tours, and we've talked about, reminisced about coming here on scouting trips and things like that. But what events do you have coming up this year that our audience might want to bring family to or to attend this year?
Sure. Obviously, our everyday operations is our cave tours. We have walking tours that go through the cave from 9 to 5 every day. We do have our overnight programs. You can call and book an overnight program where you can sleep in the cave, bring your Boy Scout troops or church groups, and come and stay the night and take tours and play games and just enjoy the night in the cave. Other than that, that's our normal operations. Other than that, we have a lot of different things planned throughout the year. One of the things is in August, we're planning on, I think August 21st is this big eclipse deal.
Yes.
And we're doing a thing called Into the Darkness at the cave. Obviously, it's dark in the cave. It's supposed to be dark outside that day as well. So we're going to plan a big thing there, and I think they're planning on doing some a viewing party where they're going to have some glasses for you to be able to view that while you're up here. Also do some kind of deal with some moon pies and Milky Ways and RC Cola, since it's kind of a local Tennessee tradition.
Yes.
We have the Rupp Youth Conference that's going to be here in September, I think the 22nd through the 24th. The Rupp Youth Conference is, I think it's put on by the Westwood Church of Christ, if I'm not mistaken, and they come up here. They came last year and had a huge youth event. It's really, really neat to see all the kids come out and take part in that activity, but it's just a 3-day event that they're putting on. I think if you go on their website for the Westwood Church of Christ, I think you can find some information about that if you wanted to. Every year, the last, I think, 3 years, we've done the mountain crawl, and that's put on by the local chamber and us, and here at Cumberland Caverns, and Smooth Rapids is part of that. I may be forgetting somebody. If I do, I'm sorry. But there's several of us that go together and put that on. It's kind of like a marathon type race that we do. They start here at the cave, they run into the cave and have to find a couple of things, and then they come back out of the cave, and then they get on a bike and ride from here to McMinnville down to Riverfront Park. And then they canoe from there, or kayak from there to the end of the Smooth Rapids there at their new location. So it's kind of a neat marathon type race.
So they come like in the cave as a part of a scavenger hunt type thing.
Exactly.
Is affiliated with the race.
And it's a time deal, and whoever gets the best time, there's prizes at the end, some really nice prizes. I know in the past they've given away Orion coolers and Jackson coolers and things like that from Jackson Kayaks. So several things like that. We are also working right now on some new tour ideas that we're looking at. Hopefully by the end of the year this year, we're going to have a new tour, which is going to be a lantern tour through the cave. Kind of no commercial lighting or anything in the cave will be on. It'll be all done by lanterns as they used to do it.
Like the olden days.
Exactly. But we're going to be going into some different parts of the cave. So if you're local or if you've been here before in the years past, it won't be the same old tour that you've always came and seen. What we're looking at doing is showing you part of the same tour, but it'll also go into an area called the Devil's Quarry in the back of the 10-acre room, and see some of the other parts of the cave that normally aren't traveled on commercial tours, but it'll be seen by candlelight or a lantern type deal instead of commercial lighting. So it's kind of a different aspect or a different principle as far as tours go. We're also looking at adding some adventures as far as another wild tour adventure. We added a high-end adventure a few years back. It's called the Parts Unknown, and that is one of the more extreme. You can use ropes and ladders, a lot of up and down, a lot of crawling. Actually, not a whole lot of crawling on that tour, but there are a couple places you will crawl, and you can get muddy and nasty and see a lot of neat parts of the cave that most people don't get to see. And we're looking at adding another adventure. That became a huge hit with people. People these days are looking to get out and be more physical and active, and they like the high-end risky type adventure. And it's really neat to see how many people have jumped onto that tour for us. So we've decided that we're going to try to add something to kind of add alongside that one. And I think that'll be a big benefit for folks to be able to see another part of the cave, once again, that hasn't been toured, hasn't been open to the public in the past. And we're constantly looking at different ideas to find new areas of the cave.
So it sounds like there's still plenty for locals who have visited here several times. Let's get into some of the specifics of the day hikes. What that you've referenced here is a hike, or not really a hike, but a day adventure that you would take in a few hours.
Obviously, the commercial tour is an hour and a half long. You know, they leave every hour on the hour from 9 till 5. If you wanted to come up during the day, you can call and book or make a reservation with us, and we can take you on. We have several different tours we have here. One of them is the Rocky Topper Tour. That's kind of our basic beginner's adventure trip. A lot of kids love that. We do that for ages 6 and up. And you can book that online, or we'll call the office and book it any day. There's no minimums there or anything, so you can come just 2 of you, or it can be 20 of you, or however you want to do it. We also have our what we call our Higginbotham's Revenge Tour, and that is it's kind of a step up from the Rocky Topper. It's a little longer. It's about a 3-hour tour, depending on the size of the group and how everybody moves through the cave. But that includes a few ladders. There's several ladders that are more adventurous. You know, have to climb some 30-foot walls and stuff like that. So it's kind of a neat area of the cave. You also get to see Dudley's Waterfall in some areas that are kind of just really neat. That, you know, it just kind of makes you feel like you're on a really cool adventure, which you are. And then there's what we call the Glittering Pass. It's one of our newer tours that has really become a big hit here at Cumberland Caverns. Kids like it because you're crawling underneath one of the biggest breakdown rooms in the cave. It's called the Devil's Quarry area, and you crawl underneath all these big massive boulders that have fallen from the ceiling years ago. But it's really neat to be able to crawl under that and kind of realize where you're at, you know, underneath this huge pile of rocks. But you crawl through those areas, and there's some tight crawlways there. There's some narrow crawlways. But it's a real adventure for our guests.
And that was Higginbotham's
That's the
Revenge?
The Higginbotham's Revenge. This is oh goodness, Glittering Pass.
Glittering Pass.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, the Glittering Pass is one of our newer adventures.
Should I keep going?
That was not a rock.
So that's all your day trips and things. Tell us about the overnight trips that people can take.
The overnight trips, our typical overnights start around 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You can call depending on what day you're coming, and we'll let you know what time we'll start. But you call and make the reservation. When you get here, you'll check in. We bring you down to the cave. You put all your gear and stuff into your campsites. Once you put all that down, we start our tours with you. We start taking you on our commercial tour. So if you come on the overnight, you'll get a commercial tour and an adventure tour. And if you choose, you can actually add on a tour the next morning. We do what we call all around the mountain. So you get the commercial tour, an adventure tour, and then you go hiking around the edge of the mountain into the Higginbotham's Revenge Tour.
Okay, so am I sleeping on the floor here?
Well, it depends on what you want to bring. We don't offer any beds or anything. We do provide cots to our trip leaders most of the time. And what we offer is basically you to bring sleeping mats, whether it be like a backpacking mat or a air mattress. If you go camping, you can bring air mattresses. We do have outlets where you can blow those up and deflate them and everything. But yeah, you just bring in a tarp. Most people bring in a tarp and lay it on the floor and put their mats and stuff on top of the tarp, and then put their sleeping bag and stuff on it. We are looking at changing some accommodations in the future. We haven't really made any real good decision as to what we're going to go to, but
and you guys do dinner here and things like that for the overnight?
Our snack bar is open every overnight that we offer, and basically we offer hot dogs, chili, barbecue. All that stuff is made, you know, in the snack bar. It's all fresh. There's nothing that's prepackaged, but it's really it's a good warm meal when you're in the cave overnight. That's what we was going
doing
after.
all that hiking and climbing and
and
all
we
of
have
those.
pretty much any kind of drink as far as Dr. Pepper products that you want. We also have candy bars, pretty much any kind of candy bar you can
So
think
it
of.
sounds like there's just something for everybody.
There is.
And like you're talking about church groups and scouting trips, but then if anybody had a big family event going
Exactly.
on, they could do the overnight thing.
And what a lot of people don't understand, we get this a lot, is that, you get a family of 2 or 3 people that want to do it. Obviously, if you call and you ask, a lot of times they'll hear that you have to have a minimum of 10 folks to book an overnight. That's just what it costs us something to put that on, so we have to have a minimum there. But if we have a night where there's a scouting group or a church group coming, they can add on to those nights. So it's always neat to know that they can still do it.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to call
Sure.
and check because you could tag along with another group.
Exactly.
Well, sounds like you have got a lot going that we can take advantage of here this year. Did we leave anything off your list as far as events coming up?
I think that's got everything pretty well took care of. Obviously, we have tons of concerts and different things going on as well. So,
And if people are interested, which Brian is going to be on next and talking about Bluegrass Underground, but as far as tickets go and things like that, they would need to get on your website, and that's where they're going to find out when concert tickets go on sale and that kind of thing.
that's true. Yeah,
So-
you can find the concert tickets on our website, or you can find tour tickets on our website. Either way, but there is a link for both there. So.
Okay, great. Well, this is really an impressive place. Just the way you all are marketing it and the appeal to locals and those coming here traveling as this, to this as a destination is really come a long way over the years, and you guys are doing a great job.
We're doing our best. We're trying to reach families and bring families in, let them have a great time, a great experience while they're here in Warren County. So.
We appreciate the cave. It's bringing so much to our area here. And up next, Brian will be with Robby again for another segment, talking about Bluegrass Underground and the impact that it's had on the cave in our region. Up next on Table Talk.